Hello. Is anyone, I've just heard on the news that McDonald's and Nando's are assessing their things and they're going to be open soon for takeaways. So who is searching up to see if their local Nando's is going to be offering takeaway services? I just don't want to cook dinner again. Do you? I'm just so over eating my own pretty grim dinners. Quite frankly, I'm not the best cook in the world. Anyway, I doubt our Nando's will be doing it because they're such a tiny, I'm in Hicksville, in the middle of nowhere. But I'll check because, you know. Anyway, I didn't come on here to talk about dirty takeaways. I just shared in my stories, I want to talk, there's a new account that started up called, oh God, I haven't got my phone to hand, but it's called Don't Insert Here. Hold on, I've got to get it because I want you to all go and follow it. It's so important, this new account. Oh, actually, let's have a look. Sorry, prepared as always. It's called Don't Insert Here, and it's a campaign to call for ingredients on period packaging in the UK. And then they say, why the bloody secret? Oh, you know I love a bloody pun. Anyway, great account. I'm already loving their imagery, and I'm loving the fact that they're brave enough to question why we don't know what's in disposable products. And they've got a change petition going on as well. So go over, like the account, show them some love and sign the petition, because you know we blindly use these disposables. This is not me banging the reusable drum. This is me trying to help educate you in what is in the disposables, because knowledge is power, and when we know what we're using, then we can make better choices for our personal health. I talk a lot about the planetary health and the landfill situation with disposables, but actually there is a massive issue with personal health with them as well, which is covered up by these companies because, you know, they don't want us necessarily to know that, and there's no legislation in the UK that states that they have to put the ingredients on the packets, so therefore we have no way of finding out. There is an incredible website called Women's Voices for the Earth, so it's womensvoices.org, that's the website, and they have really looked into chemicals of concern in period care products, because this is a US based website, but they're doing all the research for us. Let me just have a look. I just want to read a little bit from their site, and then I want you to go and do more research. If you're okay with it and you want to carry on using what you're using, use it. But you know what? We should be told what we are inserting into our bodies or sitting on for 24/7 for a few days a month. You know, I think as responsible humans, for our own personal health, we should be looking into this stuff. So tampons, it says hazardous ingredients may include dioxins and furans from the chlorine bleaching process, pesticide residues and unknown fragrance chemicals. Exposure concerns include cancer, reproductive harm, endocrine disruption and allergic rash. Whack that inside your vagina, like the most absorbent part of your body that has the sensitivity of your actual eyeball. Pads, hazardous ingredients may include dioxins and furans, pesticides, residues, unknown fragrance chemicals, and adhesive chemicals such as, I can't read it out, babe, I don't know, methyl, I don't know. Exposure concerns include cancer, reproductive harm, and endocrine disruptions. Studies link pad use to allergic rash. I hear from a lot of women who are coming over to reusables about how their disposable pads are such a massive irritant to their vulvas and vaginas, and it's no surprise when you consider what's in them, apart from the fact that they're made of like 90% single-use plastic or something. So it's basically like you're sitting on a wad of bleached cotton that is backed with unbreathable plastic. And if you apply that to any area of your body, you're going to have a reaction to it, let alone like the most absorbent, sensitive area of your body. I don't like this scaremongering, and I don't want you to take this as me using it as a hard sell for my products. I am here to help educate so that you can make informed choices, like I said before. They also talk about feminine wipes. So if you're using any wipes down there of the feminine variety, you know, like I don't know what they're called, but you can get hygiene wipes for women's bits because we're unhygienic, babe. And feminine wash. and a douche, like proper douching stuff, feminine deodorants, feminine anti-itch cream. They've laid it all out on this website. If you're starting to really look into skincare and making sure that you're using all the retinols and anti-peptides and all this business and paying through the nose, like if you are spending money on skincare to make sure that you don't age, babe, because heaven forbid any of us should age, quick, hide my grey and my bags. If you're investing in taking care of the skin on your face and making sure that you're researching all your skin creams, you really need to apply the same logic to your feminine health. Again, like if you're buying all organic food or choosing organic food, the reason we look into like the organic foods and the decent skincare and all the decent shower gels and laundry aids and all this stuff is because we want to minimize chemical absorption into our bodies, because that does affect our endocrine system. And when the endocrine system has an overload of chemicals and doesn't know how to process them, it will turn them into hormones. This can cause problematic periods. I have so many women coming to me saying, and they're asking if my pads are going to be able to hold back their flow because they bleed so much. That is not normal. You know, excessive bleeding is not normal and should be seen by a GP or some kind of like feminine healthcare person. I don't know, gynae people, obstetric, I don't know. But you know, that's not normal, just so as you know that. But I have heard things and I've read things that there's rumours to all these chemicals being used in the disposable products being linked to infertility and in endometriosis and high problematic periods, which we are seeing a mass excess of. So I did read there was going to be some research being funded to really go hard on that. But you know, big companies like the big disposable brands, they're going to pay people for quietness, aren't they, and stuff. I know I'm not going down a whole conspiracy route, babe, but just getting a delivery of pads. Just seen the truck pull up, so I'll be packing for the rest of the day. But yeah, you know, if you're curious about how to reduce chemical absorption into your body, your feminine health is one of the biggest areas that you should focus on. And whether that means for you that you start investing in organic disposables that have a lot less chemicals in them, or some don't have any chemicals in them, they decompose in like 12 to 18 months instead of the 500 to 800 years of the other cheaper brands. I understand that there's a cost involved as well, but like I'm saying, it's about prioritising what's important to you in your life. And if you're starting to get curious about this chemical absorption, if you only drink bottled water because you don't want the chemicals from the tap water, all of these things add up. But when you're sitting on a pad for 24/7 every single month for 3 to 7 days and beyond, I was 9 days this month, that is a hell of a lot of constant absorption of chemicals that you need to look at. On this website, they've also got a list of chemicals of concern in period care products, because this website is all about fighting this unnecessary abuse of, you know, abuse of women, really, in that they know that we need this stuff and they just do whatever they want with it. We don't need it, by the way, because we've got cups and pants and pads. But some of they've got a whole list, really scary list of what's in these things. They've got the chemical name, the function, so what it's in there for. I mean, there's a benzocaine, which is a mild anaesthetic, is in the anti-itch creams and all of that, and the potential health effects. I mean, the thing is about the anti-itch creams, you know, listen, babes, if we've got an itch going on that's, you know, affecting life, then I'm not against using a bit of the old Caniston or whatever it is you need to use. So let's try and keep some balance as well. This one's interesting. Oh no, that's for suppositories and feminine watch. So you can get lost in this website. There's so much things. But just for an example, then there's this one chemical that I can't. Benzethonium chloride. Its function is a preservative spermicide, not for use on mucous membranes, maternal and embryotoxicity. So that's what it can have an effect on, and it's found in deodorant powders and suppositories and feminine wash. I mean, that is going to have an impact on the workings of your bits. dioxins and furans that we know they've said are in tampons and pads, contaminated from the bleaching process. They're not disclosed on the labels of tampons, but they're in there. I'm going to try and find some pads. A lot of the feminine wipes and feminine wash. Babe, you don't need specific cleaner down there. You really don't. And also all these chemicals that we keep applying to that area are setting our natural bacteria and natural fluids and all natural stuff. It's sending it all cockeye, mate, which is probably not having a great effect down there. It seems to me like it's a vicious cycle, because if you're using disposables and all the chemicals are messing up your endocrine system, therefore producing more hormones, making more bleeding, then you're going to need more pads. And this is the cycle. And I have women who message me and say, no, your pads won't touch it because I have to use 3 nighttime pads and change them every 2 hours. Is it the chemicals in the pads that are making the need for the pads so much stronger? It seems to me like it's this vicious cycle of chemicals, loads of blood, more pads, which means more chemicals, which means more bleeding, which means more pads. It's just stuck in this whole thing. Why can't I see? So this is about a chemical. Anyway, listen, this stuff is available to you. I also saw, if you Google chemicals in an always pad, there is a company, I think it's on here somewhere, but I haven't looked for it. They've got pregnancy and chemicals of concern for infertility and stuff like that. We need to know this stuff. It's not enough for us to just get a diagnosis of, yeah, you've got endometriosis, have a hysterectomy. Yeah, you're infertile, have IVF. Yeah, you've got polycystic ovaries, have this. Why? Why? What is causing these things? Start looking into that. Get curious. Just get curious that if you have a feminine issue, get curious and have a look at all the stuff that you are using and the effects that it could be having, causing more problems. So once again, that website was called womensvoices.org, and it's well worth a have a look. Be brave. Sticking your head in the sand isn't going to change anything for anyone, babe. We all want to do that. If you find yourself in the place where you're like, Jesus, I do not want to use any of that anymore, you know exactly where we are. And as far as the bleeding being too much for our pads, there's some reviews on our website. If you go to the Mega Pad, the product, there are some reviews on there from women who have endometriosis, the ones that are using multiple nighttime pads to absorb their flow every couple of hours, have been using our Mega Flow and reported back on these reviews, no leaks. So don't feel that you are stuck with these disposables and that they're helping your situation, because they actually might be hindering it. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news and all that jazz, but I'm here for you, babe. I just want you to have your eyes wide open. Until then, next time, stay safe.